How y'all doing today? This is James King L, Morris National, out here in the Atlantic City domicile. Today we are having an in-depth discussion with local Latino activist, Christian Moreno-Rodriguez. And we're going to tackle the issue about the economic stronghold they trying to pull on us with this election ballot option.
Yes. So thank you for having me, Mr. James King L. Local media is like the most important outlet or tool to really communicate between communities.
Yes.
So I'm happy to come on board. Happy to talk activist to activist.
Yes, sir.
About the real issues.
That's
So
right.
Let's get it going.
Absolutely. So what do you think about that new structure of government they trying to do here?
So, like, first and foremost, because I've been speaking to a lot of folks on both sides. You
Right.
know? Whatever happens, win or lose, and we'll probably end up defeating this.
Right.
But this is like a symptom of like much bigger problems. The people that are behind this change of government are feeding off of like long-standing issues, and unless we correct those issues, they'll keep coming to attack us.
Now, is this going all the way back from when Mayor Langford was going through it with Chris Christie? This stems from back deeper than that?
A lot of the problems, like a lot of the ammo we give to them,
Yes.
is long-standing stuff.
Okay.
You know, a lot of the issues that they're now telling people
Yes.
why Atlantic City is so bad or so corrupt is stuff that happened maybe not with this new mayor's administration, but the last mayor, the previous mayor, the one before that.
Right.
There's been a lot of issues where, you know, perhaps some money goes missing, perhaps our roads are being paved, perhaps
Right.
our schools have gone down. And so those are the problems that we need to address
Yes.
in order to not just defeat this change of government,
Yes.
but anything in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what do you recommend?
So for now, like, it's going to be tough. But to be quite honest, there's very little cross-cultural communication going on right now
Right.
about this change of government stuff.
Yes. And what do you mean by that?
So right now there's weekly meetings. I know at the All Wars Memorial Building, before they were at City Hall.
Yes.
But we need to start like having those meetings in all parts of the city.
Okay.
In the 4th Ward, 5th Ward, 6th Ward, Chelsea, Ducktown, Venice Park, Bungalow, not just on this side. Because the
Yes.
truth is, like, we need everyone to come out and vote no.
Yes.
And that's where I'm standing right now. I'm voting no on this issue.
Right.
And I'm going to encourage all my Latino voters to vote no.
Yes.
But we need to start communicating more.
Yes.
I know the mayor's currently against this as well, council president, everyone's standing behind this.
Yes.
But we need to reach out to all communities as well.
That's right.
Any literature should be in Spanish, Bengali, all these different languages. But it needs to be like a real connection, you know? And so if
Absolutely.
the mayor wants to sit down with the Latino community, we'll be more than happy to facilitate that.
Right.
But it needs to be a real dialogue. If he wants to address this, we don't mind voting no.
Right.
But then we have to tackle the issues after that together and
That's
not just
right.
use us for this and that's it. See you later.
That's right.
But we need to have like real commitments for all communities.
I fully agree with that. I would hope that all of the viewers agree with that, because I certainly do. You know what I mean? For all my people, you know what I mean? This issue, it's been long going. And like the brother said, they're trying to make us pay for what previous administrations done. I mean, previously, we had a piece of crap governor. You know what I mean? So we can go on forever about that. You know what I mean? Even on the state level. I know about when I was a part of Black Men United, we actually had meetings where we gave agendas to affect change. And it looks like all that information was exchanged with other people that were in agreement with the state. And we still haven't gotten anything but false hope and false promises. Yeah. We still haven't even seen the lieutenant governor live up to what she said. Now, I do love these press ops. I like taking the pictures, but I'm from the era of your word is your bond. Once you say that, that's supposed to be etched in stone, and your actions is supposed to meet in the middle. But when it comes to them, I never see that. Now, what I will say to my viewers that are unfamiliar with Christian go hard like I do. That's why he's here. A lot of people turn down these invites because they pretend that they for the people, but when it's time to be with the people and in this fight, they're not there. So I commend you for even coming to the show, because that shows your authenticity. And I see you at these meetings fighting hard. You know what I'm saying? Christian go hard. You know what I'm saying? But not to change the subject too much.
Yeah.
I also believe, matter of fact, what do you think about, instead of just backing officials if they say something we like, what do you think about us collectively meeting together and make a list of demands that we all agree with, and then use that as a platform to elect officials?
So that's a great idea, because like it's actually almost all connected, because you're right. A lot of people, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk, especially in activist circles and political circles. One moment they're with the activists on our side, and then the next we see them taking photos with the politicals on the other side.
Yes.
You know, and so like, where do you stand, right? And so we need to, as a Latino activist, it kind of hurts because a lot of politicians, they come to our events for the photos.
Yes.
They come to our events to, you know, shake hands, possibly get some votes. But when it comes to real action, putting their name on real legislation, they're nowhere to be seen, or they go against us altogether.
Right.
And so I think there's power in numbers, and there's power in cross-cultural communication.
Absolutely.
So if we come together, we form a minority, you know, Bill of Rights, and every elected official should either sign on that you support our agenda 100%, or you don't. But ultimately, if we're serious about this, about organizing our communities, then we need a list of demands.
That's right.
They need to meet certain diversity, not just for the sake of diversity, because that's how we achieve true equality. And true, like, equitable representation.
Right.
I don't want a Latino there just because he's Latino. I want them there because they represent a big aspect of our society, and they bring their multicultural perspective to the table.
That's right.
And they can communicate in different languages, and they can, you know, increase city hall or increase city council or anything like that.
That's right.
And so, no, I'm serious. Like, you know, like, elected officials, I'm on the stance, and my organization's at the stance where it's like, they're part of our society and we need elected officials.
Right.
But they're supposed to represent the people. And the problem happens when they stop representing the people and they start representing their own pockets or their own agendas.
Right.
That's where a lot of the problems go wrong.
I agree.
And if we're not there to hold them accountable, then no one's there.
Hey, I'd like to add to that. Like, I hear a lot of stuff about Marty Small. I even have some of my own opinions. But at the end of the day, we're men. And what matters is we all agree with one thing. You know what I mean? I'm not about giving too much of anything to anybody unless they earn it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care if you grew up with me, if we played basketball together. I care about if you help to effect change in our community. You know what I mean? That's all I care about. I wouldn't care if you just moved here yesterday. If you have everybody's best interest in mind, then you'll have my vote, and I will push for others. And to all you people that have had convictions on your records and all that, all your ex-cons, Phil Murphy signed into law the ability for you guys to now vote.
That's right.
So, you know, get off the couch, man. They are banking on you believing that you still can't be a part. You know what I'm saying? All those old bans and things that were used against us, they're gone. So now you people got to start fighting again. A lot of people gave up because before, they couldn't see light at the end of the tunnel. But the sun is shining bright. So come back to the fight, people.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. One of the things we need to overcome, it's like, you know, if you're seen with one person, now everyone thinks you're with them 100%. Or if you're seen with another, like, it's almost like you have to pick sides. And that's one of the things that's holding us back.
Yes.
Because the truth is, like, we're all fighting for the same thing.
Yes.
You know, and it's just like, it's a shame how some people get so tribal. And that's one of the conversations we need to have. Like, how can we, like, everyone can have their own sides, perhaps.
But if you get with civics and then you get with the true nationalities and stuff, a lot of these people that think that they're these different things, they all Moors. For real. They all Moors. So if you get to certain elements, you see what we got in common. The commonality is what's fixed things. That's why the original nations was ran off of common law. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta use what we have in common, like these big brown eyes that we both share. You understand what I'm saying? There's this melanin glistening all over our bodies. You understand? We have that in common. So that means we are blessed by the best, and we here to save the rest. And that's what we doing today.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you know, it's always a long struggle.
Yes.
Because our organization is organizing event by event, block by block, 5 people here, 20 there, 2 there. You know, little by little, we're going to be working on the community.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, in the next election, the next couple election cycles, the Latino community will be present. We will be on the rise. And, you know, we're going to make our voice heard, which is ultimately why I'm here.
Yes.
And, you know, not just for Latinos, but to be part of the bigger solution.
Yes.
You know, because we want to be at the table with you, with our Bengali brothers, with our Chinese brothers.
Yes.
And we're going to be doing some good work. So
Absolutely. And we're open for all of that. But this is the one thing. Ever since we were called Indians and we got conquered, that happened because we put our guard down. We were too open. We were too friendly. I'm not willing to give my heart to anything until you earn my love, earn my respect. Because history tends to repeat itself. And I'm not one that's going to be on that side that lost.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. You know what they say, like, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. At the same time, we have to be aware, right? Like, if we're in it together.
Yes.
But, like, if I see something that smells a little fishy or I see you going a little back and forth, we should it's having a real conversation. Like, are you with us or not?
That's right.
And because we don't have time for the nonsense, James. We got to fix our city. We don't have time for people that go back and forth.
That's right. Flip-flopping, what we call it in the hood.
And there's just too much of that. You know, it's a shame. But that's why we also got to develop the next generation of leaders, the ones that are unapologetically, you know, pro-community, pro-justice, pro-empowerment.
That's right.
You know?
And I'm gonna share a little one of my stories briefly. I'm not gonna say no names, anything. But there are a lot of different people from different backgrounds that like to talk to me in private. You know, they don't want to be seen in front of this camera, and they don't want to be seen on those platforms. They want to call me when nobody's near, nobody's watching, nobody can see anything, and then they hide in the cut. They don't contribute to nothing. They don't because some people that can't put their face in the place can put their pocket there. So they don't do neither. They just try to get us to support what they're doing that really has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Sure.
And then they fall in the cut like nothing ever happened. So if we get shot up, locked up, they just be like, oh, yeah, this and that. We don't need that.
Yeah.
We sick of that.
Yeah.
And if it continues to happen, I know I am about to start exposing that. I deal with transparency. I don't mind anyone knowing anything about me. I tell everybody, I come from the streets. I see myself as a neighborhood representative. So it's obvious if you check my track record, you're going to see that I was really in the streets. I don't pretend, I don't fake. You know what I mean? I'm representing the real culture. I am not a politician. I'm unapologetically the original man on this earth, and everybody going to respect and pay homage to that. And I respect everybody that respects themselves. You know what I'm saying? In such high regard. Some people say I'm doing too much. I challenge that. I believe that you guys that say that and you gals that say that aren't doing enough. If more people did enough, me and this brother right here wouldn't have to go so hard. Yeah. And that's the fact. So don't tell us we doing too much. Y'all not doing enough.
But it's all about, like, you know, recruiting more people to the cause, to the movement. And so, you know, we do that through education. We do that through empowerment. And because, you know, I was born and raised in Atlantic City, so it's in my heart.
Absolutely.
Grew up on Florida Ave. I live on Chelsea Ave right now. So I'm on the other side of town. But I'm AC, you know. And so I went through my education. I got I went to Stockton, trying to go to law school, trying to do everything.
Excellent.
But it's like, if I'm not going to go to different towns, different communities, and enact change over there.
Right.
I want to start with my hometown because I know we have so much to fix. Ooh. And so the mentality is like, you know, when I feel like our community's uplifted and empowered to create change and that we're all equal, then I can rest. But until then, we got work to do, you know? And so no one should feel, you know, AC is a beautiful spot, like low key, you know? And so it's like people can go off and do their thing, but like no one should feel ashamed to stay here and fix what we got to fix.
That's right.
Because this is our hometown. This is where, you know, I was raised by an immigrant community. I was raised by immigrant brother, my immigrant neighbors. You know? Like we all uplifted each other.
Yes.
And so now I'm trying to give back to that community.
Absolutely.
You know? And so, you know, because my dream is one day to become an immigration attorney, open up a pro bono immigrant justice clinic right here.
Yes.
But it's gonna take much more than just me.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's a shame. I wish there was more young brothers out there in the streets with me. But that's what we're working towards. You know.
Well, I believe, you know, and I don't want to be misconstrued. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. Yeah. That's all it is. Sometimes, you know, people misinterpret me. They like, this guy is this and that. I'm serious about this. I'm tired of it. I got sons that's out here. You know what I'm saying? I got daughters out here. I care about the condition that they're growing up in. That's why I'm passionate. I'm beyond just passionate. I'm willing to die for this. I'm willing to go to prison for this. I'm willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice for this. I am not like you people that's just sitting back, manipulating and taking advantage of others. So I fully respect, not only respect what he's saying, I feel it. Yeah. And that's a big difference. Woo! I felt that. That's part of me, y'all. But it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I don't want y'all thinking I'm crazy. If I was crazy, he wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sick and I'll be 44 in a couple months. So I've been around for a while. And I've been seeing this too long. And y'all got to understand with the so-called black man, what I am. I'm not a black man. I am a Moor. That a black man is a misnomer. All my life, I've been watching these slave movies with my people being disrespected. Every one of my leaders I watched rise was murdered and shown on television to scare the rest of my people. I've watched my people come together and organize banks and make more money than all people put together on this continent. And I watched their city get blown up. I seen activist movements start in Philadelphia with Mumba Jabbar and them, and they blew them up on American soil with bombs. You understand? Giving false accusations. So that's why we feel like this. We've been fighting for our rights we shouldn't even be fighting for something that's ours. When the European came here and said he discovered something, he discovered us already here. Majority of what the context that was put in the slave movies is false. You know what I mean? Most people that go by black, all these ethnicities, back in the day they was called Cherokee. They were called Blackfoot. Now they think they Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and blacks and all that. No, you're not. You are the original people, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From Mexico to Chile to Haiti, we all the same, man. And we always had 16 textures of hair and 16 complexions of skin. Yeah. You know? That's how you know I'm not going to go too much further than that. But it's a lot of depth and layers to this onion, and we peeling them off one by one. And we not going to leave a layer unpeeled because it's time to poop or get off the potty, people. We've been talking too much and been doing too less. But this is not a brother that's doing that. None of this is subliminal towards him. He's fighting this thing like I am. Yeah. We doing the best we can with what we know how. If we could do better than what we are, we would be doing it. We spending our own money out of our pockets. Nobody's funding us. You understand? This is hard work. So we just want to see progress come from it. And it's not about us in particular. It's about our whole community. And that's what this is about. So I hope y'all getting that point. This isn't about the Spanish guy, the black guy, because for real, we got the same blood. And that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's about how do we come together and make it happen, you know?
I think you touched on a lot of good points because, like, one, education's key, right? So
yes.
Like me, I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican-American.
Yes.
But in that sense, you're right. You know, my people were here. My people established the Aztec civilization.
That's right.
We were here way before they conquered us. And we're here still.
That's right.
And so, but like, this all goes to like the general theme, like, education is empowering.
Yes.
Like, people look at you and they're like, oh, that's not true, that's crazy, but it's all documented. Like,
right.
This is all documented instances of infiltrators and activist movements of the United States government taking active steps against, like, people that are mobilizing, whether they're African American or Latino, because it's happened to us as well.
That's right.
You know, we had the Young Lords, the Brown Berets, just like the Black Panthers, and now there's this, like, you know, whitewashing a theory to the point where, like, they make it seem like we're the crazy ones because we're bringing up facts from, like, the, you know, the 60s and the 70s.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, the greatest factor or the thing that's holding us back aren't people that are against us, because there are racists, there are xenophobes, there are people that are truly against us.
Yes.
But the biggest factor holding us back is the people that are just so ignorant, or the people that are sitting back and not doing anything, because silence is like the biggest thing holding us back.
That's right.
People that choose to be silent against injustice speaks volumes more than the people that are against us.
That's right.
There's millions of people out there that if they raise their voice for the first time, things would change in a second.
That's right.
James, if we as a city all stop being silent, go to trend, we take care of our business, boom, forget about it. But that's what I'm saying. If the mayor wants to reach out to us, the council wants to reach out to us, then let's do it seriously.
That's right.
You know? So I think this is like the beginning of a good conversation, and I think everyone just saw, you know, on camera that, you know, let's come together on something.
That's right.
You know?
This is the beginning of the come together right here. We came together. in a so-called minority store, because in law, a lot of people think minority mean the people of color, but the people, so-called people of color, are the majority. In law, until you authenticate your birth certificate through the 3-step process, you consider the minority. The minute you do that process, you consider the majority with a full faith and credit. So we got to understand how this machine is running, then we can build our own machine with the same components and parts.
Yeah, so you bring your army, I'll bring mine.
Absolutely.
And together we'll fight for justice, right?
Woo! We don't get no better than that. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where we coming from with that one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any other points you would like to get across to anybody.
No, I mean, this is I know there's a lot of people that don't know me. I'm just starting out. I'm young. I'm on just the beginning. I'm on.
How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
Oh wow, I could
Yeah.
be his pop.
Yeah.
He's 24. I'm about to be 44.
Yeah.
And we together. So that means different ethnicities, different age groups. We just broke up the Willie Lynch Mind MK Ultra program they've been putting on us for the last some odd decades.
Yeah.
We just broke through.
Because like the biggest thing my parents taught me was education,
Yes.
right? So I read my books. I have my library, and if you're not reading, then you're not really reading the history of our past,
Yes.
the history of past movements, like the brothers that did it before us.
Right.
Now you see this whitewashing of MLK, and it's a shame because that was a radical brother.
Yeah.
Fighting for economic justice
Mm-hmm.
as well as racial justice.
Right.
And now you see, racists quoting MLK, and it's a shame because they're whitewashing our history. From my readings, I see how we can enact change because one of the earliest books I read, and it's like one of the things I studied in history, was Chicano studies.
Right.
Because there was a whole Chicano movement right next side by side with the civil rights movement.
That's right.
In the southeast, LA, Texas, all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
Just how your schools were segregated, so were ours.
Right.
And so a lot of the movements I learned about were people like brothers like Cesar Chavez,
Mm-hmm.
the Young Lords, the Brown Berets,
That's right.
people that are doing it all over the country. And it's like, I wanted to bring that to Atlantic City, and so that's why I'm still here.
Right.
But the truth is, James, we got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work to do. And it's not easy. Sometimes, like, as organizers, we'll get burned out.
Right.
But, like, as long as our heart's in the right place, we'll keep coming back to it.
Yes.
And little by little, we'll develop the community's trust, right? Because without that trust, there is no movement. We
That's
can't
right.
mobilize the whole community if you don't have that trust.
That's right.
And so a lot of people that go back and forth on issues, people see it.
Yes.
And so they're called leaders, but are they actually leading a movement, or they're actually representing an entire community?
Right.
And
They're
it
more
happens
like
a lot.
shepherds trying to lead sheep. Because the sheep don't think. They just trust the shepherd.
But that happens in all communities. There's a couple Latino folks that call
Right.
themselves leaders, and I'm here to tell you we're experiencing that too.
You got to call them out. That's the only way. See, the only way you get the proper change you want, you got to put pressure on people to do what they signed up to do. And that's just that. They signed up to do a certain thing, do it. If you don't, I'm calling you out on it. And I live by it to the point that I expect you to do the same to me. If I'm not living up to what I'm saying, call me out. I mean, that's it's your duty to do that. And nobody is exempt from that. And until we understand that, that's why I say Marty is actually a friend of mine, but that has nothing to do with the conditions of our people. Because even with him being here, it's been messed up. So I don't mind him leading, spearheading something, but he got to live up to what he says. And if he don't, we're going to hold him accountable. All of us got to do that to all of our peoples, man. And they got to stop thinking they can get away with that. Friendships is what ruin everything. Because if you hire people just because they're your friend and they're your race, you already messed up.
Yeah.
And that's what's been happening in too many government offices, from the state level down to the county to the city.
Yeah. So that's really all I had to say, Brother James.
Yes.
Next month, in the end of February, the organization I represent is called El Pueblo Unido of Atlantic City.
Can you say that again?
El Pueblo Unido,
Yes.
which is in English it means a community united.
Mm.
But El Pueblo has like activists. It's like a historical activist saying. The saying is called El Pueblo Unido jamás será vencido, and that's you hear that at all the protests, the marches, all that kind of stuff, because it goes back to the 60s, the 70s.
Right.
Saying like it's not just a community. El Pueblo means like the people.
Right.
You know, like our people, like our
Yeah.
our women, our men, our children.
Yes.
And so at the end of the month in February, we're having our first general assembly of all our members from El Pueblo, and we're going to be voting on the issues that we're taking up the next year.
So you'll be calling Vibe 609 to make sure we in the house for that, right?
100%.
All right.
But you'll see like a big congregation of Latino community members and people
Okay.
from the working class folks, right?
Mhm.
People that are never involved in the process, but for the first time they will be.
Right.
Because a lot of people are excited in our community. We just passed through People Power.
Yes.
We just got driver's licenses at the state level for immigrants.
Right.
And so people finally are seeing that if we do come together, we can achieve great things.
Right.
So we're going to build off that momentum
Uh-huh.
and just keep it coming here in Atlantic City.
Now, to any of my viewers that would like to reach out to you or maybe join you, can you give them a phone number or email address so they can follow up with you?
So you can call, text me. If I don't pick up, text me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
at,
thank you for saying that.
it's at 609-453-1237. But we're on Facebook as well. It's called El Pueblo Unido of Atlantic City. My name's Christian Moreno-Rodriguez. And we'll be doing a lot of stuff through Facebook as well because a lot of our immigrants are on Facebook.
That's Christian Moreno-Rodriguez.
Yes.
If you type it without the hyphen, it won't even show up.
Yeah. But social media is like a big tool to engage our communities.
Yes.
Because everyone's on Facebook.
Right.
And if we're not using social media, then we're in the streets, we're handing out flyers, we're going to businesses, we're knocking on doors. So it's gonna be a combination of both.
Yes.
It's just gonna be a lot of work, but we're down for it, you know?
I love that. And if you guys would like to join Being More United is a nonprofit. Now, I was one of the founding members of Black Men United, and we came together to wake the black man back up. Because a lot of my people identify with that name, even though it's a misnomer. So that's why we used it. And it was successful to a degree. But then we outgrew that, and we realized by talking to so many of our brothers and sisters that don't use that social construct, so we dealt with what I deal with, being a Moor. Because most of the brothers and sisters in my eyes and in the rest of us eyes are Moors. A lot of them feel displaced. But your home is right over here. We love y'all. We really got your back. We know how to cook the same food. We know how we dance. Like, you know what I'm saying? We might have to compete with dancing because I know Christian can't touch me with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking. I barely can dance unless I got my woman there. That's it. Other than that, I like two left feet. But we have so much in common, so much culture together. Like we're not different at all. It's just the languages, and that's why they made the languages to separate God's people. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that did it. But we coming back, we breaking all barriers. And like I said, my nieces are Afro Latino. You know what I mean? I'll kill for my nieces. So y'all need to wake up, man. They came out of my sister, you know? You know what I'm saying? Ain't somebody call my nieces. And I got other family. I'm just putting them out there because they don't mind. You know what I mean? Some people are very sensitive to everything.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, it is what it is. It's one love and it's one people. We just talking different languages. You know what I mean? That's the only difference.
Yeah. So thank you for having me, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you
care.
for coming. We appreciate you. And he's validated, man. I put my name on it. You
Sounds
know what I
good.
mean? And let this be the end of the separation and divisiveness. Before we end this, we have another brother out here affecting change by the name of Jimmy Whitehead. Why don't you come on into the camera, brother? That's what I do. I put everybody on the spot.
Okay. How you doing, man? How you doing? Good to meet you. What's happening, brother? What's happening, James?
How you doing, good brother?
What's happening?
I can't call it.
Good to see you.
Likewise. Always a pleasure.
Yes. So this is say the name of this store.
This is called the AFTY. THAAFTY.
The Afty.
Yes. Can one of the owners come out if possible? I'm not sure. They kind of bashful,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. They from the neighborhood also, so it's a grassroots store.
So when did they open the store?
The official grand opening actually is not gonna happen for 2 more weeks, but they opened about a week ago.
And this is a local minority-owned enterprise.
Yes, 24 hours a day, and they deliver. So like if you don't have a ride and it be freezing outside,
Right.
so you don't have to go to that store that rip you off that's close to you.
Right.
They will deliver your perm products, your baby wipes, your Goya products. I'm looking at what I see on shelves. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying
Yeah.
your mushrooms, but they got everything here, and they'll alcohol, peroxide, baby powder, you name it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you know the owner of the store.
Oh yes.
Well, you know what I want to do on February 12th.
Mm-hmm.
want to invite
You got talking to the mic.
Okay, on February 12th.
Yes.
I want to invite you and the owner. Here's one of my invitations for our.
All right, all right. You know, good people come bearing gifts, right?
This is for our Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit. That's going to be on February 12th at the Showboat.
Oh, yes, sir.
And the tickets are $200, but we're going to give this one to the owner of the store through you.
Yes.
Because you'll be there as a media brother.
Absolutely.
But please give this to them when this is over.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen here is going to be other business people talking about black capitalism and white capitalism working together to create red, white, and blue capitalism. I know you call it the rainbow.
Right,
you
right,
said,
right,
brother,
right.
I know you work with the rainbow, brother. Right?
But I also told him I told him that wasn't a gay term. That was a Jesse Jackson term.
Right, Jesse Jackson term, right. And so, but we're trying to educate local Atlantic City folks about how do you do business, how do you make money, how do we create some millionaires locally, how do we engage into the whole capitalism thing.
Yes.
You understand? Just like with Vibe 609.
Yes, sir.
You know, we need to get you and Lisa Dan Hall and this other brother you were telling me about, a couple other brothers.
Yeah, Clyde Hughes, Raymond Tyler.
Yes, let's get everybody together.
Derek Kayson.
Yes, Kayson, let's get a few $1 million to invest in a multicultural media platform.
Yes.
Jorge, you know, Earl Harvey. We need to be able to give local news daily like you do to the folks.
Yes.
But some other things too, you know.
Right.
So we can get some investors to put up a couple of $1 million in the Opportunity Zone.
Yes.
That investor gets the tax break for 10 years, and some local brothers and sisters like this store gets access to capital so we can create some local millionaires that are black, Latino, Bangladesh, Asian, white. We don't care as long as it's green.
That's right.
It's legal.
Yes.
And it's a lot of it.
That's right. That's right.
Please share that with the owner.
I sure will.
It's a phenomenal store, man.
And with the community.
Yeah.
It's the Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit 2020. Black and white capitalism working together to make red, white, and blue capitalism. You are cordially invited to attend the second annual Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit 2020 at the Atlantic City Showboat Hotel, 801 Boardwalk Hall. I'm bugging. I apologize for that. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to start that part over.
That's all right.
Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit 2020. Black and white capitalism working together to make red, white, and blue capitalism. You are cordially invited to attend the second annual Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit 2020 at the Atlantic City Showboat Resort, 801 Boardwalk, Atlantic City, New Jersey, 08401. VIP reception February 11th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. OZBCF Summit February 12th, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. For RSVP, call 609-233-7942.
And I give you another invitation in the car so you can put it on your website.
Yes, sir.
So we're focused on that as one of our issues of focus. But right now, all of our energies are going into this economic apartheid referendum.
Yes.
You know, to get all the people to vote no so we can kill this Willie Lynch effort to take over Atlantic City and let the people of Atlantic City continue to run Atlantic City because we're smart enough and we're intelligent enough to do that.
That's right.
So we don't need Willie Lynch and the slave mentality, good old boys coming in here trying to tell us with tricks, getting our babies and the teenagers and young people to illegally get petitions signed, lying to the citizens who don't understand what they're saying, saying it's about stopping gun violence when it's all a big lie. You know?
That's right.
So we want everybody to vote no on March 31st.
Yes, sir.
We want y'all to come out and support me and James E. King and some other brothers out here. The mayor got an initiative. We all are partnering as one to defeat this economic apartheid referendum. And anybody that hears me say this word and others say economic apartheid, well, remember, apartheid was the law of segregation down in South Africa that Mandela gave his life for, and it's all about racism. So I refer to that because the guys that's pushing this bill know that they're doing it in a very racist way. So most of the people in Atlantic City ain't no racists.
That's right.
Black, white, Bangladesh, etc.
Right.
But all it takes is about 2 or 3 horrible, evil individuals like they are to try to take the vote away from the people.
That's right.
So just vote no. Thank you for allowing me to come on your show, brother.
Anytime.
Vote no, Atlantic City, March 31st. against the economic referendum that Bob McDevitt is pushing, come out to our meeting.
Old Bob.
What's that place?
With his old tricks.
Soldiers Home.
Yes. All Wars Memorial Building,
yes.
a.k.a. the Soldiers Home.
Anytime you hear about a meeting or you see James Z. King or Jimmy Whitehead or any of our friends post something about come out, please come out. Support Mayor Small leadership. Support everybody's leadership. Support LaToya Dunson's leadership. And let's vote no against this economic apartheid referendum. God bless you, Brother King.
Yes, sir.
God bless everybody in Atlantic City, and God bless America always. Thank you.
And one thing I do want to also say, this is a man in media, and he's from WEHA Radio.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And you coming on my show Monday.
Okay.
And we're going to get some other brothers on the show.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about promoting this Vote No campaign
Yes.
for 30 minutes, and we're going to talk about making some local millionaires with opportunity zones for the other 30 minutes.
What are you doing on Monday, Christian? Christian, I don't know if you know Christian. Christian is the
What's up,
predominant Latino activist in his area.
Oh, so he must know Celeste Fernandez.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Christian right here.
Yes, him.
Okay, well,
He that guy. He's just so humble and
you come
stuff
to the summit,
until
okay?
it's time to fight. Then
Come
he
to the
take it
summit.
all off and go hard.
Celeste will be there. Jorge will be there. A lot of other wonderful Latino brothers and sisters will be there. They taught me how to say Buenos Dias and Buenos Tardes and Buenos Norte, and I'm working with it, okay? All right, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Always a pleasure.
I'll see you, brother, at the next meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
God bless everybody.